Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do the reading for the weekend. I'm not here tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm at Mingara in Tumbiumbi, Central Coast for the day. A few of you have rung and asked me for readings or contacted me and asked me for readings, which is so awesome. Next weekend I'm at Cowra on the 14th and on the 13th, and I've had inquiries about Cowra and Revesby workers on the 13th, and I've had an inquiry about that. So I'm very, very happy that you guys are actually close enough that we can catch up and I can get to meet you. I love that we're all connected through this YouTube channel, and I can't say how overwhelmed I am by the fact that this is all still happening to me. So I will start to put some new dates up from next week. Don't forget to pop August the 11th into your calendar for a card pull day on Facebook. Please join up on Facebook at the Aussie Goddess to make sure that you have liked my page to be included in that. I think that's it. So this reading is for Saturday, Sunday, the 6th and 7th of July. Let's see what's cracking, guys. Okay. Oh, we have a card in reverse. How very interesting. I've just picked up my deck in reverse, so that's quite interesting. But the fact that I've shown you it in reverse, as you know, I will read it in reverse. The Seven of Coins is a card that talks about manifesting for the future. It talks about planting either money or investing in something for your future. And obviously you're not doing that at the moment. So it must be that you're in some space at the moment where you don't feel like investing in your future for whatever reason. So it could be that you are not in a place to be able to afford to do this. It could be that you are waiting for money to come in. It could also be that you've just withdrawn a little bit from what's happening around you in order to move forward. So, okay, so behind that we have transformation. So that explains it. So what we're talking about here is you taking time out from the world to decide how you want to move forward with your future. So it's not that you don't want to, it's more about you're not really sure how to move forward. Something is holding you back. Could be that you haven't made a decision on how you want your life to look, but it can also be, you know, deciding on a relationship, deciding on a job, but deciding on some way, shape or form to push your life forward. But this is what you're trying to work out at the moment. Definitely a transformation. You could also be building your future with a Scorpio, so keep that in mind as well. Being we have the Three of Pentacles here, I'd say you're definitely looking at how to build. Could be building a house at the moment, but it's more likely it's about a relationship because we do have the Six of Coins here. So the most obvious one here for most of you would be that you're deciding how to move forward on a relationship. You have fears or you're worrying that the other person isn't putting in a fair share and you want something that's equal. So you're trying to work out how to move forward on this and ensure you have equal give and take. For others of you, this can be about work. It could be that you are deciding to either take on a new job, develop a new business, but you're concerned the money won't come in the way that you're putting it out. And I guess if it's a brand new business, you would expect some in the first year or so. I think it's that you don't even break even in the first year, that most times businesses struggle in the first year because it's about investing in yourself to get it to a point where it can become more lucrative. But even if you're not getting the money back that you've put in the first year, you would be seeing results, which is really important. So the Six of Pentacles does talk about results. The Seven of Pentacles definitely talks about investment here. So if this is what you're thinking of doing, then it's a good time, it's a good investment. But this card here tells me that you're having a really good think about it at the moment before you go forward. So it's all about like taking the time out to really plan what you want to do here, regardless of your situation. So I love this because we do have the Chariot coming out here. So the Chariot talks about moving forward, movement forward. This is the universe. This is the universe saying, right, you've been stuck in this period for too long. Could be you've been stuck in your transformation a little while, thinking about how to move forward on a business or whatever. But the universe is saying, now it's time now. It's time to grab that wheel and move. Go, do it. You know you want to. Nine of Wands here. So the Nine of Wands talks about being hurt, worried. You could have tried something like this before, especially if it's in relation to a relationship. You could have been hurt before. Whatever it is, it's saying that you have a fear here of how to move forward in a way that you don't get hurt again. And the universe is saying, just ensure you have really good boundaries. Make sure you know what you want from this and put this down. It doesn't matter whether it's work, career, love, whatever. You need to have good boundaries. You need to, be able to say to others and to yourself, this is what I want from this situation. This is what I would like to get out of this situation. And if it's not serving me, I am prepared to walk away before I get hurt. So that's sort of the feeling here with this card. Seven of Wands coming in here. So we have quite a lot of Wands energy. So you're very passionate about something. The Seven of Wands talks about standing your ground and defending something. It could be that you have your own ideas, that other people haven't supported you, especially if it's a relationship with some of you. This is about feeling that other people around you aren't going to support your choices, but the universe is supporting you here and going in that direction. There is definitely an offer coming in from a Knight of Cups. Could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. When I look at this, it's such a straightforward story. If you're being offered something here, the main thing is to look after yourself. I mean, no matter how you feel about the other person, you've got to make sure it's right for you, that you are looking at it in a way, is this what I want? Is it, offering me those things I'd like to have from a relationship? This person's very serious about this offer. They're very, very much feeling that the offer is a good one. But for you, there's this feeling of, is this right for me? Eight of Coins. So we're talking about putting a lot of work into something. So maybe it's a relationship to you that looks like you're going to have to put a lot of work in to make it work. And are you prepared to do that? Because most of us expect relationships to come in and they're just all easy. And I hear that from people. And I think your relationship may be easy, but from other people, their relationships may be a little tougher. They may have to put a lot more work in. It doesn't mean that they can't work at the relationship, but sometimes relationships take work. Most times they take work. Okay, and we do have the Hierophant coming in. So we are talking about stability. This offer here is about long-term stability, and I think this is what you're thinking about here. Is the other person going to put the effort in? Can I give this what I want to give it? It's really interesting reading. Two of Cups coming out though. Okay, so no matter which way you do this here, this is a long-term offer. It is something that involves being with a soulmate. But not all soulmates are here to be kind and loving. Some of them are here to make us be a better person or to help us to develop to be a better person. So sometimes you're in a soulmate relationship or a partnership, or it can be a family member or friend. But they're here to offer you something to help you grow. And that might mean that you have to go through a lot of growing pains to get to where you need to be. And that often means that relationships will then have hurdles. So if you've got someone who's never been in a relationship before or came from a home where mum did everything for them, they may have trouble adjusting to a new relationship because they have to learn how to help around the house, how to invest in the relationship, how to share their finances, that type of thing. So what happens here? This soulmate is here to teach you about something. So let's just move forward. This is definitely about stability, and I feel like you've waited for this a long time and it's finally here. And now you're not really sure if it's what you want or not. You could be hanging on to things from the past or hanging on to old ideas about how a relationship should go. And remember, sometimes other people aren't a measure of your own success. And I hear it often. I heard it yesterday at work. Well, I wouldn't do that. Well, maybe you wouldn't do it that way. Maybe, your way of doing something is very different, and that's okay. We're okay to do things differently. We don't have to measure up to other people, and we certainly should not expect other people to measure up to us. If somebody's emotionally upset about something And the way they manage that is by, you know, going into a bit of a fritz, you know, maybe sort of taking themselves out from the world for a little while, maybe being quite emotional. Then that's the way of handling it. If you're the sort of person that puts your needs aside, understands that you need to do certain things a certain way and you don't want to affect everybody by what you do, then that's your way of handling it. But we can't judge others because they handle things differently. So important to remember. So there is definitely a choice here. There is definitely this balancing out of, is this going to work for me? This person's very different to me. I most certainly am in love with them. I see them as someone I want to spend my life with, my time with, my whatever it is with. They want something really permanent here. Or maybe you want something permanent and they're not sure. So you're coming into this sort of union thinking, is it right for me, or is this what the other person wants, and am I trying to measure up to what they want? Because this is what you're balancing out here. So what's happening in this little mini story here is you're trying to work out, you know, do you invest for this for your future or not? And remember, when I picked the cards up, this was upside down. So it's like you've held back investing on something because you're transforming here. You're trying to understand, if you invest with the Three of Pentacles, will you get back with the Six of Pentacles? What I want to say is right behind that is the Lovers and the Star and the Nine of Cups. This is something that is destined for you. This is something that is on your path for you to either embrace or learn from, whatever your choice is. It certainly looks good. There's certainly nothing in this that would say to me it wasn't a good offer, but you're still tossing up here with the Two of Coins. I'm going to put another card on it. Then we have the Ace of Coins. Okay, beautiful. So this does promise a future that is stable and comes with a lot of abundance and happiness, but you still have the choice on whether you move forward with this or not. For some unknown reason, it's come in a square form. You were expecting it to be round, basically. So can you work with the square, or do you want to wait around until someone comes in with that round offer, not the square one? That's what it looks like. How cool is that? So I think you're learning to understand, can I be a square? Or am I just a round and I need another round person? Whatever way it goes and whatever you choose, a little bit of work to be done, but very, very beautiful relationship on offer here. Whether that's in work, whether it's in your business, whether it's in love. The offer is very, very good, but can you work with it? Okay, so I do have a card called the Sweat Lodge. I haven't seen this before. I love this deck. It's totally fascinating me. The Sweat Lodge. What a strange name for a card, but that's it's a strange sort of reading. So I'm like, okay, I can deal with that. So let's read it, shall we? Actually, I probably haven't read a lot of cards in here still, so it's quite fascinating. The Sweat Lodge. I'm reading from the Shamanic Oracle. So the Sweat Lodge, and I will hold the card the right way up today so you know where you're at. Okay, this is a time to journey inward into the dark and hidden places of your soul to reconnect with the ancient earth wisdom. You can also create a sacred and intimate space in the dark by lighting a candle. Observe what emerges and without judging it, invite it to bring you its gifts. You are being offered an opportunity to shed and heal from the aspects of your life that you have outgrown. Do not worry that it will be consumed by the process. Life is offering you a second chance. Take it, since this chance may come your way for a while. Mother Earth is calling you into her womb and inviting you to incubate as long as needed for a spiritual rebirth. Give yourself time to be with your darkness, your fears, your pain, and your seeds of beautiful potential until you come out the other side, free, wise, and full of creativity. And you know what? What you have to remember is it doesn't matter. If you have someone who's a round and you're a square, you can still make it work. You don't have to be the same to make something work here. I didn't really see this as a rebirth or repotential, and I can't see any cards here that say to me you're getting another opportunity at something, or something new is coming in that you have perhaps tried before. But what I want to say to you, if you're revisiting something that you've already visited, make sure that it fits you, regardless. Make sure it's the right thing for you. Have a fantastic weekend.